I don't know how to start the show. I was at the grocery store yesterday, and the line said 10 items, but I'm getting old, and I have 15 items. A guy behind me said, "Damn it, what the hell's wrong with you with 15 items? Won't you come back where you came from?" And I said, "I don't want to go back to New Jersey." I don't know. What the hell? I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Get the hell out of the line, you damn son of a bitch. Oh, by the way, let's get I can't. Oh my God. I had 18 items. I'll tell you what. This is the best story on so many levels. So many levels. Put up my new little Cuban hero. I don't care if he hates Donald Trump. I do not care if he... That's number... Give me number 2 when you get a minute there, Josh. I don't care if he hates Donald Trump. I don't care if he tweets out he hates Donald Trump. I don't care. This little Cuban Democrat is my new hero, man. Because I have been waiting how long for the grocery store police to show up and say the sign says 10 items. That's it. All right, let's get this rolling. First of all, if you ever want to contact the show, right here is all the ways you can do it. 889-9700. You can text the show at any time. Tell us what you're thinking there. And chief@FetcherNews.com. And there's all the social media ways you can follow the show. Now, inciting a riot. Let's go with that, okay? Inciting a riot, okay? Now, if you have, do you have number 2? Okay, let me flash through. There you go. There's Eric. Is this Eric Sparks, right? And there's Erica Thomas, angry black woman. I do not care. I probably have some new liberals today watching, Democrats watching from yesterday's show. This is an angry black woman. She's angry, okay? Erica Thomas is the minority leader in the Georgia State House. So now she goes to the grocery store and she's doing one or two things, folks. She is using her black privilege. Put up number 3. Okay, there she is in a parking lot yelling at this little Cuban guy. Now here she is calling a press conference. Okay, now in the grocery store when she got in line, she was doing one or two things. She was using her black privilege, okay, or she was using her I am important, I am the minority leader of the Georgia State House, I'm an elected official privilege. Which one was she using? See, now, as silly as it sounds, and let's not gloss over. I'm not trying to make this silly, all right? It doesn't bother me. I, for one, count my items. Now, wait a minute. We're not being silly. We're going to go somewhere with this, okay? I count my items. There's simple rules to life so we don't have chaos. And I know you're saying, is he really talking about the grocery store express? Wait. There's simple rules, okay? So I count my items. I actually am the person that says, look, I've got 11 because I threw in a pack of gum. Don't worry about it, okay? All right. That's me. But they put these 10 items or less lines, and they call them the express lines. And then there's the people that use them for grocery checkout. She happens to be one. She has some sort of privilege. Now, I am sorry, okay? She's 9 months pregnant, okay? We're going to hear her cry. She is 9 months pregnant, okay? They have self-check lines where you have 3 items, you go boom. They have other express lines, okay, that you can go through that are 20 items or 15. But this happened to be a 10 item, I guess, whatever. There are millions of pregnant women. Now, stores are putting, I like it. I respect it. I think, hey, this is great. Stores are putting parking spaces close to the front doors that say expecting mothers. Now, I, for one, wonder how long before an expecting mother, which is a gender, has a lot of problems here. Hell, we're just going to have to say, even if you're transgender and wish you were expecting, you guess you could park here. I'm not being silly. The world's gone crazy, folks, okay? So there are parking spaces in front of grocery stores that say expecting mothers to get them. I like that. Good. Boom. If I come to an aisle in the grocery store, this is etiquette. This is human, not taking advantage of each other. This is just human courtesies. This is not Democrat, Republican. This is nothing, right? Just respect for your fellow man. Follow the rules. So if I was to come to a grocery line and I see an expecting woman with groceries, I would say, you go first. I understand. I probably shouldn't do that. I probably shouldn't hold the door for a woman. I probably shouldn't do any of that. I understand. But I would. She has about 20 items in a buggy with 10 items. What did the media is glossing over that? Now, as silly as you make this sound, the media is blowing up this woman's confrontation, but at no time do they say she was breaking any rules. I mean, is she using black privilege to just park anywhere she wants, or her state representative privilege? Where else is she just saying, I'll do whatever I want, besides the grocery store line? So you always get in the line, don't say you don't, and you say, where the hell is the express line police? Where are they? I mean, you sit there, I do, like, oh, look, lady, or guy, not just ladies, that was wrong. But hey, guy, what's wrong with you, man? The sign says 10 items. You know why I only got 3 and come through here? Because I'm in a hurry. It says express. You're killing the whole idea of what the damn sign says. But I say, no, I better not say that. I better not say that. But guess what? Eric had enough. Number 2. Eric had enough. Absolutely enough. He's tired of it. He had 3 items. He wanted to go through the express line, but he didn't. He went through another line that was not deemed express. While going through that line, he looked over and said, he don't know the lady. I don't care who the hell you are. He's thinking, this is wrong, lady. This is wrong. So he goes up to the counter and he says, hey, the lady's in a line with 20 items. I'm a squirrely little guy and I don't like stuff like that. Who's going to correct this lady? Tell her, hey, next time 20 items is that aisle. So they say, hey, we got a policy not to offend our customers, right, or our shoppers. So we're not going to say anything, okay, to the customer. You're welcome to say something if you want. I'm not quoting stuff. I'm just paraphrasing all the stuff I heard yesterday. So you're welcome to say something to the lady if you want. So he starts out the door and he said, no, enough's enough. He puts one foot outside, no. And he goes back and he tells the lady what he thinks about her being in that line. She sees an opportunity. Opportunity. Now here's where I'm going with this. She sees an opportunity to lie to the media, lie about a story, saying this white guy, because she thinks oh hell, I got a white guy, right? She says an opportunity to say a white guy told her to go back where she came from. Wow. And she happens to be a woman of color, Erica Thomas does. Happens to be a woman of color. Now let's go with number 4. Remember these women of color? Right? Let's stay here. Remember these 4 women of color? You know the original tweet. Now this is the media stoking racism. This is the media stoking racial divide. This is the media starting every bit of this. This is the media for 3 or 4 or 5 straight days saying racist 9,000 times. The media is trying to incite riots. The media is trying to incite hate. I had a gentleman on my show yesterday, a very liberal guy, that because Colby says, and I'm not quoting, so don't get off that, all right? Colby says because I, your host, support the President of the United States, I am a racist, not an American, and a terrible human being. And I really don't think Kobe wants to think that of me. But he said it. He wrote it. The media has said racist so many times. But here's what you and I know. You and I know that they took something and created a lie and ran with it, trying to start a fire in this country. Absolutely. It's a disgrace. They call it journalism. It is not, folks. Now, the president's original tweet never mentioned color, never mentioned names. It just highlighted, hey, if you don't like this country, you can get out. You can go back. You can do whatever you want. Never mentioned anything. The media took the tweet and added race. I'm serious. The media, you and I know that. They took the original tweet of Donald Trump's that blew up the President of the United States. They added women of color. Not the president. He never highlighted anything. It was like playing whack-a-mole. You know when you go play whack-a-mole, right? It was like going to play whack-a-mole. I mean, the president said a tweet, and these four jumped up. Bam, 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 bam. They jumped up. But not one thing in the President Donald J. Trump's tweet did he say women of color. Did he say Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, Ilhan Omar, Rashida Tlaib, and Alania Presley. Not one time did he mention them. He just said, hey, Nancy's got his hands full, and I don't have the tweet up, but you know it. Nancy's got her hands full with, some of these House of Representative members. The media took that tweet, added racist, added women of color, added their names, and ran with it to try to burn our country down. Now, I will tell you this. I believe in freedom of the press. I thank God for the freedom I have to talk to you today. But we must, in this country, add to the list. When we say we must stop corporate interference in our elections, not Russian, corporate lobbyists in our elections, okay. When we say we must stop these Democrats, okay. When we say we must stop the Green New Deal, okay. Everything we must stop up at the top of that list needs to be included. I'm going to tell you what's as dangerous. Every time the president says, when it comes to the Russian collusion, obstruction, delusion, I did pretty good with that, Josh. I'll never do that again. When it comes to the Russian collusion, obstruction, delusion, okay, the president says we must never let this happen again. Okay? No American president should never go through this again. What we need to understand is when we're talking about Peter Strzok and Lisa Page and Bruce Orr and Nellie Orr and the list goes on and James Comey and Andrew McCabe, when we keep doing that, we need to add to the list. We need to put a stop to the corporate deep state media, not journalism. Hear me again, not journalism. Corporate deep state media, we've got to do something about that. Now they're crumbling, yes. But this is absolutely, to me, is scary in this country. And the reason I put up, look, Democrats slammed Trump for a racist tweet. You and I know that media, MSNBC, ABC, CBS, all the above, they're the ones that took Trump's tweet and put names to it. They're the ones that took Trump's tweet and put women of color. They're the ones that took Trump's tweet. All right? Send her back. The chant that they are going berserk over is Ilhan Omar. And I have to tell you right now, if you go clearly through her application for asylum, if you go clearly through her application for citizenship, and then you add the anti-Semitic, the disgusting things she has said about this country. Let's see, can I look in the camera any more direct? Send her back. Now, I'm not going to chant that for 13 seconds, but I understood those 13 seconds the other night. Ilhan Omar, research, because I tell you every day I've only got 2 hours a day. Research her application for citizenship. Research her asylum request. I don't know that she's legally in the country. I don't know that she's legally became a citizen. I do not know that. I mean, as I say, and not jokingly, she's the only one of the 4 that go home. Now, the other 3 are born here. Different subject. But that's the go back chant right there to Ilhan Omar. Not to Aliana or Asiana or whatever her name, Presley. Not to the airhead, I'm sorry, I don't want to say ugly words against Cortez. Or even Tlaib. They're all born here. But Omar, that's the go back chant. So you look it up. She's the only one of the 4 that goes home and says, hey, to her husband, says, hey, how was your day? And she says, my day was fine. How's mom and dad? Because they're brother and sister. Now, that being said, let's go back to number 2, Eric, at the grocery store. Let me tell you what scares me here and why I brought this up the other day. When I read Colby's tweet the other day, or Facebook post, and I said, hey, are you calling me a racist? And then I sit back and listen to the anger, the people that call me effing this, the people that said I had a white hood on. I mean, I thought to myself, wow, you know, if you want to say I'm a racist based on something, let's start debating LBJ. Let's start debating Ralph Northam, the governor of Virginia. Let's start debating Robert C. Byrd. Let's start debating the Great Society and how it actually put blacks in America in the plantation in the inner city, and it put them on the plant. And she said, let's debate that. Let's look at black male incarceration in the 90s when Bill Clinton. I actually worked for a company. That's why I always think it's interesting, and I don't like when people talk to me about immigration, racism, and black incarceration. But I actually worked for a company in the 90s that had major contracts across the United States. The fastest thing they were building were prisons. After Bill Clinton signed the crime bill, they were building. Go look at the major prison build-outs, okay? And then look that we rounded up. Now, this lady right here is yelling this guy, Erica Thomas. Where are the Democrats yelling about black incarceration from the 90s, right? When Bill Clinton rounded them up. You talk about ICE raids. And I know what you're saying. Brian, you said this yesterday. Brian, you keep saying, it's the truth. Where are they? Okay? They're talking about, this is getting exploded. Where's the crisis on the border today? Why, it does not have quite the juice of a lie. And they've squeezed that lemon so hard, they're going to hold it for a day or two. Because this morning is not crisis at the border in the news. Still the same detention centers. Still the same amount of people in them. Still the same Border Patrol agents that they are freaking out over. But what they do, they ran home. They passed a $5.4 billion package. All of a sudden, everybody at the border's got a toothbrush. The 4 angry women of color got their day in the sun, and they're moving on yelling about other things. Okay, so that worked out for them. Same people down there. But where's the crisis? Pay attention to that. Where is the outrage? Parents being separated from their children. Where is the outrage of the children that we destroyed their lives? I have said, I told you, Josh, we got to order something I can throw, damn it. It can't be my glasses. Look, folks, I have sat long enough and heard these morons, idiots. I mean, I'm not going to just drill down in the damn dirt. Talk about the psychological effect of these children at the border that we did not ask these people to come here. What we were doing to psychologically. You know what? I want to see the pictures of from the children of the little black kids in the inner city that are drawing a picture without daddy or drawing pictures where daddy's in prison and saying, look at what we're doing psychologically to the young black youth in the inner cities. That is everlasting and will destroy them. And it will take generations to turn this evil around. Where is it at? Never. No, they showed me on TV. Yes, I got an angry black woman yelling at this little Cuban. We're going to get in there. But yes, what do? They're showing me pictures. Oh my God, we got with this little child in the detention center. And here's the picture. And we have psychologists that are writing reports of the devastation and the psychological and the lifelong things that will happen, the harm, the lifelong harm of these children in these detention centers over and over. And then we get on there and we talk about taking their fathers away. And this guy said, where's my dad? Zero, folks. I'm going to tell, I don't care if I have one black viewer. One. Today. One. Vote for Donald J. Trump. What the hell do you have to lose? People like Bill Clinton ripped your families apart. I did not intend to do this. Go back in the 50s. All right? Before the LBJ, when I said, instead of being attacked and calling me effing this and calling me effing that, I wanted to just truly debate. LBJ said the effing N-word will vote for us for 200 years. The Great Society was only passed and put into place by Democrats so that they will lock in the Democrat vote for the black vote. So they could destroy the black family. Destroy them. Black families in America, you've been destroyed by the Democrats. It came directly from them. Period. That's exactly right. Go back in the 50s. Black families were thriving in America with a father in the house. Look at the statistics. But no, they knew if that continued, why, that could cause them to lose that vote. They needed to send that vote they needed the dependence of the black community. They destroyed the black family. I know I'm going on and on. I'm going to get to this angry black woman. I wish she was upset over black male incarceration. No, I hear nothing about these prisons. But Donald J. Trump, angry black woman Erica Thomas, did not tell you to go back where you came from. Donald J. Trump told you, as the minority leader, Democrat minority leader in the House of Georgia, maybe you can get on board with his criminal reform policies. Right? Because let me tell you something. Donald Trump said this incarceration. All right, let's go here, Josh, and let's go to the break. You know the one where she's crying with the tissue, Erica Thomas, and she said, yeah, can you get that one? All right, listen to it. We're going to go all the way around. And this woman is despicable. But you know what? The media is running after the story. The media is not writing apologies for stoking the fires and trying to divide us. Let's go with that. Just listen a minute. We're going to go to break. Let's go to that one and come back. I'll tell you when to come back.
So you know what I decided? I decided to go live because I'm very upset because people are getting really out of control with this. With this white privilege stuff. I'm at the grocery store and I'm in the 10 aisle, the aisle that says 10 items or less. Yes, I have 15 items, but I'm 9 months pregnant and I can't stand up for long. And this white man comes up to me and says, "You lazy son of a bitch." He says, "You lazy son of a bitch. You need to go back where you came from." And he says that. I said, "Sir, you don't even know me. I'm not lazy. I'm 9 months pregnant." He says, "You're ignorant. You're ignorant." And I'm not ignorant. And it hurt me so bad. I'm sorry, y'all, because everything in me wanted to just tell him who I am and how I don't. But I couldn't get anything out. I could just tell him, "Please leave me alone, please." And my child is just sitting right there. He said, "Mama, why would he call you that? Why would he do that?" I can't even explain to her why he has so much hate.
All right, that's 12 minutes long. That's Erica Thomas. So I posted on Facebook, just so for you know, for you haters out there, I posted on Facebook, maybe she was, exercising her black privilege. And I know I probably have all kinds of people upset. Oh my God. People are getting out of line with this white privilege. You see where she went? White privilege, right? She's 9 months pregnant. She can't stand long. She admits, "I broke the courtesy rule because either I'm black." Now she goes, "I'm pregnant." She can't stand long. I'll tell you what, she stood 30 minutes yesterday for a press conference. She stood outside. She couldn't stand long. But look at her outside number 2. Go out there and see. She can't stand long is the reason she got in that line. But outside at that press conference yesterday, when this guy came back, he said, "No, I ain't letting her go." And he came back. She's in his face. We're going to play that when we get back. What was she using? Her black privilege? Pregnant? Can't stand on her feet? Lord, she can stand on 30 minutes, do press conferences when she's claiming somebody told her to go back where she came from. You lazy son of a bitch. Back after this. Folks, we're back. I'm your host, BKP. Good morning from the office, North Georgia's only live online morning show. We are talking this morning about Erica Thomas using her black privilege card yesterday, right? I have a white privilege card. She could use her white or black privilege. There it is. That's my black. I get in, leave that up there. I do. I get in the line, all right? I get in the grocery line. It says 10 items or less. I got 20, 25 in the buggy. If anybody says anything, I blow that right out. I said, "Do you not realize I have white privilege?" Then they hush up. They realize that. Privilege has its advantages. Take that off the screen. Yeah, she said, what did she say, Josh? She said, This getting out of control, these people and their white privilege. But the only problem, she didn't realize when she pulled the race card. Find me the race card, Josh. She didn't realize when she threw down the race card, when she trumped. She said, Trump puts out a tweet and they say, I'll trump you with a race card. So she didn't realize, she thought she had it. I mean, Erica Thomas, put up number 3. Erica Thomas thought she was going to go to national stardom. Really, she thought she was going to be on MSNBC, CNN, all the nightly shows. She thought Democrats were going to be running into Georgia saying she should run for governor. She thought she was going to be the face of the race card, the woman of color for Democrat commercials all over. The hate is real. She thought they would be the hate is real. But you know what? She bumped into Eric. Eric's short little Democrat Cuban dude that actually voted for her. That messed up. So, white privilege. Anyhow, the media, the deep state media, I won't go over this. It will not be 2 hours of this. But we know the original tweet, folks, that Donald Trump put out, President Donald Trump, had nothing to do with color, did not name anyone. The media took and stamped everything on it. You know, it's like box comes through, they stamped fragile. They stamped racist, they stamped women of color, they stamped their names, everything on it and ran with it. And as yesterday I did on the show, the reason I asked Colby not to debate the issues, the question was, do you think I'm racist? Because I say I support the President of the United States. And why did you not go and defend me against the attacks of his friends? That being said, moving right along. Okay, Josh, let's go to the video. I think the one where they're at the grocery store. Eric's on the front of it, right? Let's go. You know what I'm talking about? Eric, yeah. Now watch what happens because she is getting her groceries, all right? She is 9 months pregnant. She can't stand for long, right? When she's crying in that video, she can't stand for long. Erica Thomas can't, okay? She's the minority leader in the House of Representatives of the state of Georgia. So she can't stand long. She's 9 months pregnant. So she's going to tell the TV cameras what's happening. Eric said, hell no, I'm going to show up. So they start talking to him. She freaks out. This is going to take a minute, but stay with it, okay? Play that one, Josh.
I'll start with your name and last name and spelling, please.
Eric Sparks, Sparkes.
Okay, and tell me what happened on Friday in Publix.
This woman was in the express lane that says 10 items or less, 2 other lanes completely free open. I go pay for my 3 items in one of the other lanes. It frustrated me to see her there with that many items in her. She had about 20 items, so that frustrated me. So I went to the 2 of the cash or customer associates of Publix and talked to them by the front door. And I asked them, is there anything that could be done, so on and so on. She goes, well, it's not Publix policy. We're not allowed to confront any customers about the express lane. She goes, well, the customer came. So I thought about it for a second, almost walked out, walked back in, went up to the lady, which I did not know her name, did not know her stature as a state legislature or anything, and asked her.
Sir, you don't get a spotlight. You don't get anything at all because you degraded me and you paraded me, and everybody needs to see your face on camera.
Right?
Yes, I know it's on camera, and everybody needs to know that
too.
what you did to me, and what you did to me as a woman that is 9 months pregnant, and you think you're going to get away with this?
Good
No,
luck,
you're
ma'am.
not. You are going to jail.
You're
And
showing
this speaks
yourself.
for every. Oh no, I'm showing myself. This
Good luck,
speaks
ma'am.
for every black brown, and any woman that's out there that's 9 months pregnant, and a white man comes up to you and calls you a son
not white.
of I don't care what
I'm
you
not
are.
white.
Yes, you are.
I'm not
if
white.
anybody comes up to you and calls you a son of it, I am facing the man that degraded me and berated me, and I'm not crying. No, I'm not. I'm standing right in front of you. And if you know how you made me feel yesterday, if you know how you made my daughter feel,
Back off before I call the police.
call the police right now because
Back
they
off.
are looking for you.
I already
They are
talked to
looking
them.
for you.
I already talked to
It's
them.
okay. I am so
Back
happy
off.
that you're here.
Am
And
I
I'm happy that
arrested?
everybody needs to see this man that did this to me. And he thinks that he gets a 5 minutes of fame. You think that you're going to come up when you see police, when you see SB 46, you think you're going to come up here and get a spotlight? No, you're not. The only spotlight that you're going to get is everybody needs to see the man that
Ma'am,
did this to
are
a
you a
woman
state
that's
legislator?
9 months
Are
pregnant.
you a state legislator?
Thank you. Nobody is here for you.
Are you a state
Nobody is here for
legislator?
you. Thank you. We can continue my interview.
Would you like me to finish? How do you guys want to handle this?
We want to hear from both of you.
Yeah, we want to hear both sides.
No, he is. I cannot believe that you would do this. And do you not feel bad? Do you feel bad?
You
at all?
understand you're a liar?
I'm a liar about what?
Everything that happened.
Do you feel bad?
Me telling you to go back where you came from?
Do you feel bad about yesterday?
Did I say that?
Yes, you. Are you serious? Or you didn't say
Did
that?
I say
What did
it?
you say to me then?
Is it on video?
What did you say to me?
I called you a lazy bitch.
Okay, that's all
the
you
worst
did.
thing I said.
That's all you said to me.
Yes.
Okay, because that makes you look better because everybody's after you now. That makes you look better to say that.
I know what I
It's
said.
okay. It's all
The
right.
video
though.
knows what I said.
Okay, yeah, they all see it. They all see that you left out of the grocery store, came back.
I
in
didn't
and berated
leave.
me.
I took one step out.
At the end of the day,
No
you know
one
what?
kicked me out.
I'll let you have your 5 minutes.
Am I
of fame.
banned from Publix?
I'll let you have your 5 minutes of fame.
You got
have your
yours?
5 minutes of fame.
You got
There
yours.
you are. You know what? Thank you. Congratulations. What's your name?
Eric Sparks.
I'd like to shake your hand.
No, you're not.
I'd like to shake your hand.
Go
I thought
away.
so. Go ahead, Eric Sparks. I want him to get his 5 minutes of fame. Go ahead and get your 5 minutes of fame, Eric. And I'm facing you right now, and I'm calm, and I'm fine, because guess what? I am okay, because God is with me. I'm a blessed mama.
Here, I'm going to straighten
Go
this
ahead.
out. I want the reporters to ask me questions.
Go ahead, ask me questions.
I want individual questions.
Yeah.
Please.
What did you say? What took place in the Publix?
Okay. This reporter already asked me that. I have a statement that I sent to WSB TV already to Lauren
That's-
Posen.
That's me as well. Can you
Okay,
just
you're
tell us-
Lauren Posen?
I'm Lauren's colleague. From
Okay. I sent an email statement to Lauren already. That is my statement to WSB TV. That's exactly what happened.
Can you tell us on camera what happened?
I walked into Publix, bought my 3 items. There were 3 checkout lanes, one was an express. The other 2 were empty. I kept my tongue shut. I walked and paid for my items in one of the empty lanes. This lady I noticed had about 20 items on the conveyor. Okay. I walked up to the 2 customer service associations from Publix, asked them what can be done in a nice manner. They said, corporate policy, we can't do anything, but you as a customer can say something. I took a step outside the store, thought about it, turned around, walked up to Miss Thomas and said, ma'am, not to be rude, my exact first words, pointing at the sign, which shows it on the surveillance camera, which I've seen already, pointing at the sign, 10 items or less. She berates me after that. I don't remember exactly what she said, but on camera she approached me, came towards me as I took a couple steps back. She said a few words. I do not recall exactly what those words were. I said, you're selfish. She did mention she's 9 months pregnant. I said, it doesn't matter in this case. It has no point on this case. There's 2 empty lines. You don't need to be an express lane. Then I stated, she said a few words. I stated, well, you're selfish little bitch. I did say that. That's all I said after that, and I walked out of Publix. Her words stating on Twitter in her video, stating I told her she needs to go back where she came from, are untrue. I am Cuban. I am not white. I am white, but I am Cuban. I was raised with a Cuban grandmother that didn't speak any English. In the late 60s and 70s, I felt racism and prejudice. I'm not playing the victim. This woman, Miss Thomas, is playing the victim for political purposes because she's a state legislator. I'm a Democrat, number 1. I vote Democrat party line. Number 2, that proven facts can be proven. My Facebook, I will make it public. Proven facts. All my statements are anti-Trump, anti-Republican, anti-racism, anti-bigotry. This lady does not know me. She's using this to get on camera for her political purposes without contacting me or to find out what my name was. I found all this out an hour ago.
All right, I know that was extended. I understand that took a long time. I apologize. But, one, you need to see the angry black women that went. Now, this is the woman that's 9 months pregnant, folks, that can't stand long. The reason she's in the 10 item or less, she thinks that it says 10 items or less unless you're pregnant. Well, hey, if Publix adds that and says, hey, I don't care if you got a but there's a reason for convenience. The stores do that. But she couldn't stand long to scan out 15 items in another line. 20 items, Eric says, because she couldn't stand long. Because she could stand out there and do the angry black woman move like this, and you're going to do, damn, right? It took a lot longer for her to pull off her angry black woman move. There you go. Than it did for her to scan her stuff. And then she thought she hit bingo. Right? I got me a white guy. He said, go back. I could just make that up. You need to understand there's so many moving parts here that we cannot let the deep state media, the corrupt deep state media, get away with. The corporate media. We can't let them get away, folks. We have to stop this, because what you see here is a black woman that is the minority leader of the House of Representatives in the state of Georgia, right? That says, I'm a woman of color no matter what I say about this guy. Because he looks awful damn white. Right? I got him. Because no matter what I go out here and say, they're going to believe it. No matter what I go out here and say, they're not going to look for the proof. See, let me remind you, he's not invited to this press conference. He shows up at the grocery store knowing she's there, say, hell no. See, she's doing an interview. The TV camera's up there with Erica Thomas. They did not call. You understand, Eric, this guy, I'm going to say one more time, I don't care how much he hates Trump. I don't care how anti-Republican he is. I don't care how Democrat he is. This guy's my little hero. This little Cuban's my hero, because let me tell you why. The media, she comes out and she says, I got him. No matter what I say, they will run with it. They will go with it. Guess what? She said, I'll meet you at the grocery store and stand out front of the grocery store. What did the media do? Did they search Eric out? No. Were they going? When you heard him say that, because he showed up, they said, she tried to stop. Oh, this is my interview. This is my interview. No. That's when the media you heard say, well, we want to hear both sides. Keep in mind, they did not invite both sides. Oh, no, 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 no. Eric was not invited. They did not call Eric and say, come on up here, give us your side. That's what my understanding. That's my understanding. He jumped in. He goes up there. Now, how he knew it was going on, all the details there, I got to be straight. I don't know exactly all the details, but that was not his press conference. That was hers at the store. See, they were prepared. The media was prepared to run the hoax. The media was prepared to go after it. It was only when Eric had the nerve to jump in front of the cameras. If you watch it black and white, it's him jumping in front of the cameras. It's her interview. She says my interview's over. She was there. Eric said, look, I'm a Democrat. You're saying, I voted for you. I am a Democrat. I am Cuban. My grandparents are Cuban. I grew up with them. I look white, but I'm Cuban American. Grandparents are Cuban. I vote Democrat. I hate Donald Trump. So, she's struggling with, so she calls a press conference, okay? And when she calls press conference, she's going to double down. But Let's play the one where she caught lie, where she admits she lied, okay? Let's play. You got that one, Josh? All right, here's where Erica Thomas actually admits she lies. All right?
Words as far as go back to where you came from. He said those exact words.
Well, like I said, I mean, like I know what I don't know what he said. He said go back, you know, those types of words. I don't want to say he said go back to your country or go back to where he came from, but he was making those types of references is what I remember.
You just don't want him to the exact phrase.
No, definitely not. But I know it was go back because I know I told him go back. Because I know after he told me, I said you go back, and I said go. So.
Not those type of words. I mean, I heard go back. I didn't know if he was saying go back, get on the other line. I just heard go back. Let's roll that montage. Josh, go with the montage for a minute. We'll take a break and we'll come back with this. We're not done, Erica. Erica.
I want to make sure that everyone knows that in any way am I backtracking on my statement or am I retracting on anything that I said?
He said, you lazy son of a bitch. You need to go back where you came from.
He said go back, you know, those types of words. I don't want to say he said go back to your country or go back to where he came from, but he was making those types of references is what I remember. And that's when he said, and like I said in the thing before, that's when he said and made a reference to go back where you came from. I don't want to say he said go back to your country or go back to where he came from, but he was making those types of references is what I remember.
He said, you lazy son of a bitch. You need to go back where you came from.
I want to make sure that everyone knows that in any way am I backtracking on my statement.
Erica Thomas thought she had a white guy. Are you going to be the next white guy that somebody thinks they have? Because they already think I'm a racist. They've labeled me. They've labeled you. You know, I like to say it like, did you find the damn race card or not, Josh? Didn't I tell you to find the race card, play the race card? Anyone you like, I trust you. Oh, hell, I know I didn't say that and everybody heard it. Oh, my God. All right. Now, the race card applies to all of us. I mean, I can play the race card. You can play the race card. Everybody playing the race card. Okay? Because Trump said something. Boom! We're going to double down with the race card. So, let me say this. Okay? So, yesterday, you know, this is right, very racist comment, right? This is very racist, right? Yeah, I know you got. I called my black friend yesterday. I called my black friend, Derek Grayson. I'm going to throw it out there. Just going to put it all out on the line. I called my black friend yesterday. So he said, Brian, how you doing? And we talking. And I expressed to him some personal things. My father's very sick. My mother's very sick right at the same time. So there you go. I don't mean just with a cold. They're very, very ill. Both of my parents at the same exact time. And I need some help. And let me tell you something, man. There's nothing better than when you need some help and you feel the love of everyone of your friends, your real friends. And I don't want to get down that road. But, you know, so I called my black friend, Derek Grayson. I said, Derek, I want you to do a show for me, because he's a great guy, man. I love him. So I want you to do a show for me. And he said, I will. I kindly explained my personal situation that's going on. My black friend, I keep saying that, I shouldn't, but he keeps saying to me, because I have to tell you, because I'm a racist, right? And he said, man, I'm going to do anything I can for you, whatever you can, you know. And I just couldn't say much more. And I said, well, I need you, I need your help. You know, I'm going through a lot. And I was real serious, but I was making a little fun. I said, Derek, I'm going through a whole lot, man. You know, I'm going through this thing with my mom. I'm going through this thing with my dad. And then I'm going with this thing of being in my 50s and white and racist, you know. You know how it is. You know, I'm struggling with a lot of things right now. He started laughing. I said, you know, I'm a very dangerous guy. Anyhow, yeah, race card. So, Erica Thomas, the media, the deep state media, okay? The deep state media, I'm ready for it. Throw it up. You didn't. I even gave you the trust. I threw it. Oh, you did not put Reverend Al's patented race card. You did. Josh, you are unreal. Do you think Erica Thomas is caught? I know you didn't do that. You made my whole damn day. I gotta. I gave Josh the green light. I kept saying, find me the race car. And he goes boom for the home. You don't hit singles. I got to give it to you. You're a home run kind of guy. You're a slugger, man. He throws out the Reverend Al's race card. Yes, my skin has been judged inappropriately. Boom, there you go. So there you go. Erica Thomas is probably carrying the race card. Erica Thomas thought she was going to be a national media hero. But let me tell you, folks, let's end this segment on a note that it's scary. It's very scary because black and white America, we do not want to be against each other. White and Latino, Hispanic, we don't want to be against each other. White and Asian, we don't want to be. See, we did not. No matter what you say, I do understand there's racism. And I know you want to say to me, well, wait a minute. Before Barack Obama, are you telling us that there were no white nationalists? There were no skinheads? There was no Nazis? No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying racism in America before Barack Obama was equally divided. I mean, blacks are very racist. Whites are very racist. Hispanics are very racist. Let me tell you something. You don't know the race card. Blacks, I don't want to say racist, go in inner cities where the Hispanic community has moved in to the projects and taken those units away that used to belong to the black community. The whole thing, right? It's all been set up to be exactly where it's at today. So before Barack Obama became president of the United States, I do know there was racism. But I think we were growing as a country. I think we went to the flower store because we wanted flowers. And we did go in, although an Asian couple owned the flower shop. Period. I really think we were growing all along. I think we were communicating with each other. Barack Hussein Obama did this. They incited. You remember the beer summit? Was it up in Harvard or wherever? There's no reason whatsoever an American president should get involved in a black person climbing through a window and a white cop saying, hey, is that window you're climbing through, is that your house? But no, we had a beer summit. It's led to this. It's scary, folks. Donald Trump's not a racist. I'm not a racist. America, we're over the threshold. 80% of America, maybe higher, is not racist. Maybe 20% is. Where's the polling on that? I'm your host, BKP. I have to take a break. I could go on and on. We're going to get into this. We're going to get into Robert Mueller. Oh, hell. It's all going to go on. Take a break, Josh.